Hello everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I was hoping to have done a live from the park on Sunday yesterday. But unfortunately I visited a new park and I experienced for myself what it's like to not have anybody there when you turn up. So some people did show up, lovely people, lovely bunch. But it was way past 10 o'clock. So, I've said this over and over and over again. But once again, especially having experienced it myself, it is very disheartening as a newbie, even though I'm obviously a very seasoned stander. Still to go to a new stand and to not find anybody there is really quite disheartening. If you're standing in the cold and the rain and the wind, like Mr. FiFi and I were for about 40 minutes, it's disheartening. I think it's tempting for people who are kind of established, might have been meeting for quite a long time now. You're always going to have that hardcore group, the ones of you who are always there, and it's tempting to think, oh well, we'll just rejig it to suit us, but there's always the possibility and the hope, really, if there's any kind of aim for an individual stand, it would be to have as many people coming along as possible, where they can connect and get together and be part of a new community. And so obviously all the stands worldwide are advertised 10 to 11 until whenever you like. Obviously some go on all day, which is wonderful, but it's not asking too much. It's just that hour every Sunday, and it's 10 to 11. And so all the stands are advertised that way. We don't advertise individual times for individual stands because, this is a worldwide movement, and, that's the thing. If there are any rules as such, which are very loose, with the stands, that's basically it. We stand for freedom and truth at 10 in the morning, Sunday mornings. And so please do bear in mind that, new people are always going to be looking for us with all this amazing outreach that we're doing. Many stands, which is amazing, doing really great work. Where are they going to be directed to? These new people waking up to things, is going to be the stands. So the stands are all advertised as 10 to 11. So please do make the effort. There is a bit of a commitment, but we need to keep maintaining and building the foundations that we've already got set. And you do see it in the groups that are committed every week, no matter what the weather. They're there. There's always somebody there from 10. I'm not talking about a few minutes late, but when it's getting way past the hour, that's false advertising, really. We really need to make the effort, toughen up a bit, get up that bit earlier, and don't assume that now you've got your group, that's it. There are new people coming along all the time to different stands, so please do bear that in mind. So anyway, it was great watching all the footage from Canberra at the weekend. If you haven't checked out Brady's speech, please do. It was great. And again, as he's always been saying, as I've been saying all along as well, is this is a community level endeavour for all of us. So we have the huge rallies and these big events, which I do believe are an integral part of this whole movement. We're out there being really visible. It just gives people so much hope and inspiration. But then of course we're going back home, and what are we doing there? So that's where the kind of real action and the real change takes place, really. So yeah, and that's, again, you know, the stands is where so much of that is happening. You've got everybody coming together with brilliant ideas. I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. It's impossible to recount here, but so many initiatives, so many plans, so yeah, just so much going on. So it's great. It's really great to see, and that is kind of where we need to start, is in our little corner of the world. You know, it's in our lives. So it's really, really inspiring to see those huge numbers of people getting together, and every single report has been about, you know, the energy of it, that there's so much love there. You know, just people coming together and connecting on that level, not in anger, not in hate, but just as human beings with that single focused intention on regaining our freedom, which of course, you know, it's a mind game. It can never really be taken from us, but we can believe it has been, and that's all that matters. And that's what this is all it's all based on, really. It's a perception game. So once we can reclaim that sovereignty that we've never actually lost, we've just been fooled into believing isn't ours, then, you know, the battles is practically won. And I believe that, you know, all of the systems, the things that have failed us, that have been designed to fail, they will be replaced, you know, by things that are fair, that serve all of humanity, that aren't based on belief in lack and this need for dependence. And I think as people step into their sovereignty, you know, whichever word you care to use, those things will come about naturally. You know, it'll be part of an organic process. So obviously so much disruption, so much, you know, we don't really know where we are half the time. I mean, obviously it varies around the world, but in the UK at least, we're still in the midst of this kind of reprieve, if you can call it that. But, you know, so many things are trying to be slipped in through the back door, you know, exactly the same agenda, but just trying to get it through in different ways. So we have to remain ever vigilant, but the uprising continues. And I do think when we see people around the world, you know, Canada and Australia, New Zealand have just been, yeah, it's been truly inspiring. And obviously we've had our convoy in the UK, and there's just constant actions taking place, and it does all help. It does all serve to raise the collective vibration. So yeah, it's just it's, I guess the thing is to try and remain as balanced as possible within all of this, because there's you know, obviously it's a terrible time, really, you know, it really is, but at the same time we've got the new flooding in, and it's, you know, David Icke calls it the truth vibration. So it's, at the same time, you've got this tremendous positivity and optimism, but it's quite a mix, you know, there's so much going on. So trying to stay balanced is key at the moment. So, you know, you just need to do whatever it takes, take those moments out. I keep saying it, you know, unplug, get out into nature, do the things that you still can, that you were doing before, that bring you joy. yeah, you know, we've all got our own coping strategies. Just don't neglect them, because it is very easy to get overwhelmed in all of this. And it's, you know, it's uncertainty. As human beings, we just crave certainty that we can never actually have, really. Life is not certain. So I think if you can embrace this radical acceptance of where we're at, and this is the situation, and then, you know, make it your own. You do what you need to do, rather than living in that fearful state and looking outside of yourself for others to fix it. It's all starting with us, and when everybody's doing that, then you see the difference collectively. So yeah, what else? It's a year nearly since a Stand in the Park UK sprung into action all over Britain. So yeah, there'll be more on that this week. But yeah, it'd be lovely to hear from people, you know, how long you've been going to the stands, which stand you go to, and how long you've been going. There were a few of us that started at the same time when I started putting the ads out and set up the Facebook group. It's just unbelievable that a year has passed already. It's just, yeah, it's been a very, very interesting last 12 months for everyone. My life has changed completely since starting all this, and it has been, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? The best of times, the worst of times. It's all kind of intricately linked now, so it's very difficult to say I wish that none of this nightmare had ever happened, which of course I do, but at the same time it's brought so much, you know, it's been the catalyst. It's like nothing is ever truly black and white, good or bad. So yeah, anyway, look, have a wonderful day or evening, whatever time it is where you are, and I will catch up with you soon. Sending lots of love. Peace.